I see a loner. He's got some kind of weird device on his back.
That loner's a little on the weird side himself. Come on in, Skif. We've been waiting for you.
You know what makes a stalker a stalker? Curiosity. I told you he'd come.
You told me a lot, and left out even more. Thank you for coming, Skif.
I didn't expect to see you two here. You're working together?
S.T.A.L.K.E.R is always eager to help, but he never tells me why.
Why spoil a good surprise?
What did you want to talk about?
I found out that the Ward moved the Wish Granter from the CNPP to SIRCAA.
The Monolith.
That toy is way too dangerous, even for Dallin. Especially for Dallin. The zone itself could suffer for it. And then the dark would eclipse whatever light still remains here.
I've seen Faust. You mentioned the Wish Granter as well before he disappeared.
So he's in on it too. The past will never let us go, will it?
Can you remind me again what the Wish Granter is?
An atrocity.
It's a device that was used to protect the center of the zone. They had it installed inside the CNPP sarcophagus. It drew stalkers to it with the promise of granting wishes.
The Wish Granter, or Monolith, drove people insane. Those who survived the ordeal were brainwashed and became monolithians.
I've always wondered, Strider. What did you wish for when you got there?
Do you think Faust is planning something that involves SIRCAA?
If you put 2 and 2 together, you'll probably get 4. Even in the zone.
If the Monolith really is at SIRCAA, like S.T.A.L.K.E.R says, then Faust is doing all of this for one reason. To get inside the Institute.
Dallin is hell-bent on making a scientific breakthrough, by any means necessary. If the Wish Granter is activated again...
No. I won't allow that to happen.
The Strider wants to know what Faust is up to. I want to get to the bottom of the whole scanner business. But what's in it for you?
See, Strider doesn't trust me either. But like I told you before, I just like helping people. The zone represents the delicate balance between the dark and the light in all of us. The Monolith disrupted that balance once, and it will do so again. Besides, anything that hurts the Ward is fine by me. We all do what needs to be done. And we risk our lives for what we believe in. That's the only way, Skif. Otherwise, we're no better than zombies.
So what do you want from me?
I see you found what you were looking for. And you're going to find even more. In the darkest part of the zone. Built from the brightest of intentions.
The scanner is your chance to get into SIRCAA. Then, you'll be able to find out if that damn machine is really there. I'll get my squad together and head for the Institute. We need your help, Skif. Noontide... No. The entire zone is in danger.
Sometimes good people make bad choices. I trust you to make the right one.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R, we've got wardens here. A lot of them.
Korshnov knows what he's doing, I'll give him that. Would you welcome our guests, Skif? Strider and I need some time to get off the stage.
And what about your men?
Skif will lend them a hand. He's a good man. And if not, my men are good soldiers.
Stand aside. This is a restricted strategic facility. Unauthorized entry is prohibited.
I have an appointment with Dr. Dahlin. I brought the scanner.
You must be Skif. Head to the internal checkpoint. They'll direct you from there.
And here's the man who made this breakthrough possible. Come here. Please. I'd like to talk to you. I hope you had a good night's sleep, Skif. We're on the brink of the most important event in human history. And I want you to be there to witness it up close. After all, if you hadn't brought us the Alpha artifact, our artifact farm would still be looking for the key to the generators.
What makes the Alpha artifact so special?
It possesses unique properties. The artifact is capable of converting electrical energy into a psi field. It's also incredibly rare. We've never found anything like it in the zone, nor have we been able to replicate it. And it's the only way to connect to the generators remotely.
You can grow artifacts?
It's my primary project here. My pride and joy. We are capable of synthesizing artifacts that are identical to those that occur naturally within the zone. Regrettably, we were unable to replicate the Alpha artifact this way. But that doesn't matter anymore. We have the Alpha now. And it's all thanks to you.
The generators? What are those?
The zone doesn't just exist on its own. It possesses a center, a source. This source is located within the generators, an installation to the north of the CNPP. There's no way for us to get there, physically at least. However, we can establish a remote connection to the generators. That's where the Alpha comes into play. We can solve the energy crisis, reach the outer limits of the solar system, expand our horizons in the study of physics. Your discovery is going to change the world, Skif.
Confinement breach detected in the cryptobiology lab. Initiating Aegis protocol in Sector C. Please remain calm and have a nice day.
Damn! Aegis means an uncontrolled anomalous exposure. That means a shutdown for all labs. How are we supposed to test the Alpha now? Wait for a special dispensation from the Colonel? How long will it take? Even with all their gadgets, the ward can only handle anomalous phenomena in controlled lab environments. Against something like this, we're talking days, at least.
What kinds of toys?
Advanced weapons and ammunition. They've already been tested on live subjects. Seems like a misuse of our funding if you ask me. Once we successfully establish a link to the generators, the zone will disappear, and none of this will be needed anymore.
At this rate, I'm gonna get bed sores from your penthouse couch. Maybe I can speed this up. Remember, the things I've seen in the zone were just as baffling and uncontrollable.
Are you suggesting we skip protocol and go full S.T.A.L.K.E.R on this? It could work. Look for Dr. Krivenko. He's probably at the ARL now. The cryptobiology lab is his domain. He'll point you in the right direction. But remember, this anomalous exposure isn't your typical zone activity. Our emission protection system has never failed us before.
To do if things go south.
A stalker? They are kicking scientists out and letting a stalker in.
If another product of Dallin's genius fails, it's easier to hush us.
I am Dr. Krivenko, head of the Joint Cryptobiology and Psi Medicine Laboratory. Follow me. A stalker at the Institute. That's a new one. Do you know an anomaly has cropped up in cryptobiology? No? My colleagues over at ARL reviewed the footage, and they think it might be a spatial anomaly.
How often does this kind of emergency happen here?
Hardly ever. Our security protocols cover every scenario, so everything is always under control, especially when it comes to special projects.
Then how did the anomaly show up despite your security measures?
I have no idea. We have complete control over the appearance and behavior of the anomalies you see behind me. But that particular one developed outside the testing site. In theory, the Institute's emission defenses should have made it impossible. Maybe someone helped it manifest. Sabotage is the last thing we need right now.
What are you working on? I'd like to know what's in store for me there.
Simply put, we are studying the zone's various harmful effects, along with ways to protect against them. I am afraid you don't have the clearance for me to be any more specific than that.
All right, I'll go see what you've got there.
Here, take my gun. Korshunov issued these to all the lab managers, but I never thought anyone would actually need them. Professor Herman once mentioned that anomalies like this one always have an entrance and an exit. The cause of its sudden manifestation must lie on the other side. Due to the Aegis protocol, the regular entrances to my lab are sealed. The only way in is through the ventilation system. You'll find the engineering entrance outside, near the ARL building. Please be careful around the specimens of local fauna in the lab. They are quite valuable to our research.
A stalker? Why'd they let him in? First, they get all these wardens down here, then all staff have to evacuate. Now there's a stalker poking around. This is a research facility, not an amusement park.
Something's not right.
I heard something.
I thought the ward... Wait! Please! Don't just leave me here!
I was stuck in the lab when they initiated the Aegis protocol. Can you imagine? I had to lock myself in a cage just to avoid getting devoured by those monsters. You'll deal with them, won't you? Here, take this. It's the key card to the storeroom. Maybe you'll find something useful in there.
Skif, you made it here too. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised given what you went through to bring my scanner back to SIRCAA. I'd say I'm glad you made it through your first night in the zone, but you probably wouldn't believe me.
You bastard. I thought you were dead, and you just took off.
What else was I supposed to do? Fight my way back to you? Things aren't as straightforward as they seem. Come on in, I'll open the door for you. Don't worry, I won't leave you here. I feel like I owe you for that night. Besides, it looks like you've actually brought us the Alpha. This is my accomplishment, Skif, not Darlin's. The only thing that snot-nosed genius managed to achieve was watching the Second Caribbean experiment. And that's precisely when anomalies and artifacts too began cropping up outside the zone.
The Second Caribbean experiment? What's that?
Without the Alpha, Darlin's work was going nowhere. When he realized he couldn't replicate the artifact artificially, he resorted to drastic measures. He tried to repeat the Caribbean experiment. It was our first contact with the noosphere, even before the zone came into being. That's when the first Alpha artifact appeared. I told him it was too risky, but our golden boy was willing to risk the entire world in the name of science. So how did it feel when all that progress came crashing down on your own doorstep?
So you knew my artifact was the Alpha all along. Then why the act?
Do you realize the odds that out of all the artifacts, yours was the one we were looking for? I wasn't even hoping for it. But even if I had, why would I tell you that you held the key to the future of humanity in your hands? This was supposed to be my triumph and mine alone. Not Darlin's, definitely not yours. Sorry.
My home was destroyed because of Darlin's experiment? And you knew about it the whole time?
What? Darlin failed to mention any outside events, and Korshunov conveniently left out who was responsible for your wild goose chase around the zone. Yes, Skif, I've been aware of this all along. And so have they. Every asshole in this place has an agenda of their own. At least I tried to help you. I warned you about the attack, remember? But that doesn't matter anymore, and I'm running out of time. I've reconfigured the bubble. It'll take you back to SIRCAA. Then you can tell Darlin what you think about the price he paid for progress.
What do you want when we get to the point?
It'll become clear soon enough, Curran. And no, you won't have to send your men anywhere or put them in danger. For that, we've got...
Speaking of danger...
As I was saying, we need someone who's already got certain qualities. Courage, persistence, endurance.
Any of my men will do.
Not quite. We need someone who's already had a particular kind of experience in the zone. Basically, we need a stalker. The readings all match up. But to see it with my own eyes, that's something else. A scientific miracle. Alpha. Quarter of century ago, maybe even longer. The artifact that started it all.
It's still going strong, and not just in the zone.
You stalkers with your tall tales. You need to lay up the booze.
The second Caribbean experiment, you asshole! Tall tales, huh? Look at me! I lost everything back on the mainland. And you tell me to lay off the booze?
To the victor go the spoils. This experiment is not going to conduct itself. Stand down.
We had a simpler choice. Sit back and just wait for another super emission, or take a chance at getting control of the anomalous energy. And look, our gamble paid off. As for your home, you can blame the zone, not me.
Cool it, soldier. The second Caribbean experiment didn't go as planned. During the experiment, the group was attacked by S.T.A.L.K.E.R's saboteurs. They're local stalkers, a thorn in my side. And since they achieved what they set out to back then, you can be sure they'll keep trying to get in our way. You're blaming the wrong people, Skif.
Let's hope that this time, security will be your top priority. So, now that everyone has blown off some steam and is capable of having a civilized conversation, let's move on to the one truly important thing. Science. Do you want to know what's there? Behind the glass? It's the dream of every stalker. The Wish Granter. Also known as the Monolith. It's not a myth, nor is it a deity. It's a Psi installation created by scientists from Project X. Instead of rusting away inside the sarcophagus, it's now here at the Institute.
So does this installation really grant wishes?
Well, it can show anyone exactly what they wish to see. A customized illusion of happiness. It's one of its built-in functions. But we're both adults, you and I. We realize that all those who come to the Wish Granter are already enthralled to their own illusions.
Why did you bring the Monolith here? Wasn't one failed experiment enough for you?
Skif, please. Alpha artifacts are a source of power not only for the generators, but for other Project X installations as well. Including those designed to create illusions, like the Monolith. If your Alpha artifact activates the Monolith now, we'll know it's genuine and can be used with the generators.
My people are trained for this. They will handle it.
The hell they will. It's my artifact. I'll be the one testing it.
Everything's under control.
What you want is here, Stalker. Come. You will receive what you deserve. Your path ends here. Come to me. Whatever you wish, it will be granted. What you want is here, Stalker. Come.